Yes, the lone Filipino left. 9 of them reached the last 64.
Oh, really nice cue ball here. That's not the easiest shot. It did leap, but just to keep somewhat of control of the blue 2 where it doesn't come back down. This table, maybe the bed's going to play a hair faster than the outer tables. This is an interesting shot. I don't think he'll go for the corner. No real future on the red 3, but if he tries to cross this over, he's got to really avoid a kiss. Shouldn't be no problem, but did it nicely. He's going to bury this underneath the 6. Roda now back where he started the game for Fedor Gorst.
The application of side was inch perfect.
Yeah, and what you don't understand, there are a lot of players until you start to really play the game. You know, that kiss I was talking about, when you make a so-so stroke, that kiss becomes more possible. Got through the ball nicely. Gotta adjust your kicking on this table, that's for sure. Okay, this is gonna, oh, caught, may lay on the funny side of the side pocket. Now, what does he do? This is really tricky. Looking to see if he can bank it between the 9 and the pink 4 and go forward with the cue ball somewhere down with the, near the green 6. This could easily go wrong. Can he cross the 2 slightly and just come down to the end rail, leaving a very difficult shot on the blue 2, something that maybe has no future? See how he's cueing the ball. And again, it's crazy, this game, because again, you can't ever really practice all these scenarios. He's hitting downward a little bit, so that tells me he's going to have a little. No, he played the shot I was talking about. Just cross it over and take your chances. You're going to leave something difficult. You might get the snooker. Now Jeffrey may go for the jump cue here. May have a kiss shot off the purple into the side rather than taking on the cut. Very playable kick shot here, Phil. This doesn't have to require the jump cue, really.
You can't keep kicking, you can't keep jumping without eventually some collateral damage. Niels Fine has won the first rack against Ko Pin Yi. In the main arena, the opening rack falls to the world 9-ball champion, Fedor Gorst. That problem was resolved.
That's like 1 inch from having to bank this 9. Definitely missable. Let's see where this ends up. This may not end up as easy as we think. This is no hanger by any means.
Not for the first time this week. The great Gorst misses a 9-ball. That was the definition of tricky.
Yeah.
Extension call.
Normally when you get that fan like that, believe it or not, usually a hair of a let up on the swing, and I'm not so sure he's a favorite here. Some young eyes will serve him well.
It was one of those shots, the crowd groaned. Yes, the 9-ball was close to the pocket, but don't be confused. That was very, very tough. It was very thin. And Fedor Gorst breathes a sigh of relief. Second bite of the cherry, second part of the bumblebee.
Well, that's what we like to do, or at least I do. Like to see the greats make the great shots, and that's another one there to open up another rack, set them up to extend that lead.
And we dream start, nightmare start.
No start for Roda.
They call him the Ghost, and for Jefrey Roda, it is a ghoulish scoreline. 3-0 down already.
The bank, just natural maybe. What he's looking at is that draw angle off the red 3, I think, going around the pink.
Extension called.
I'm on the fence here. Really can't argue either. The cut into the upper right or the cross side bank shot. It looks like the bank he's eyeing.
His banking skills are not to be underestimated. A little flick on the 5-ball would have been Nirvana.
Yeah, he's got an angle on the pink, though, to go into it, play short side, maybe get over for a kiss shot on the 9, so he's still in great position. I'll tell you the one thing that I see compared to the last match, and both were with a lead, but his pace around the table looks super comfortable. He's just exactly how he wants. Going into it lightly, may make the 9 here.
Nine duly made after the 4 went in conventionally. It is one-way traffic here. 4-0 in favour of the US Mosconi Cup player. The kiss was simply on the nose.
He's starting to look more like SVB with this break, and watch out for a 2-9 combination. Fedor Gorst 2024 is playing great and taking advantage of every little roll. Jefrey Roda is going to see another one go on Fedor's side. This has got to become a little mental.
Swift, and it falls the same way as the first 4 racks. It's 5-0 to Fedor Gorst. Now, backstage, I believe Carl Boyes has caught up.
So just float with the hair of a drag. Cut off the kick across the table. Oh, the 7's helping him as well. So gonna have to show us some of that Filipino magic here.
Tell you what, Gorst is playing hardball.
Yeah, may have to go up above the 9 with maximum spin.
He needed that.
I'll tell you, 5-0 hadn't really got to swing the cue much. So impressive to be able to roll it and keep control.
When you've beaten this roll call, Appleton, Fuller, Zielinski, Ignacio and Chur, you know you're in stroke.
Doesn't have to do much. You can see the black 8 laid up in the upper left. Probably just wants to follow to the side rail. Not really getting that much closer, but definitely gaining a more natural angle to work the cue ball. Very deliberate cue delivery. You gotta like that.
Finally, it is joy for Jefrey.
To break. Trailing by 5 racks to 1.
Could still be a quick conclusion here in the quarter-final of the US Open itself. But at least Jefrey Roda now on the board.
Oh, that's awful right there. I liked it. I saw a little more speed from him on the break shot. I think that's going to serve him well, but a couple of little kisses. Cue ball gets deposited right behind the 1.
Please start the clock.
We made the joke this afternoon that the good thing about these tight middle pockets is on table 1, it's 4-3 to Koping-Yi over Niels Fine. Keenly contested match. This one,
Extension called.
just the opposite.
Well, many times you'll see these matches, especially with the pros, it's a little more obvious, I think, to see that one player will get the opportunities at the beginning, and the way that changes is with a mistake, and that's just not been the case here for Fedor Gorst. So Roda has got to buy his time when he gets that chance. Little things, the missed 9 earlier, it wasn't really a makeable ball in my opinion from Roda. It was very, very difficult. He missed it back. Now an unfortunate scratch on the break.
Yes, the Jefrey Roda revival was brief. 1 rack, in fact. Fedor Gorst 6-1 ahead and 15.
How quickly the one's exiting, I'll tell you. Again, another good shot at the blue, too. And really, if you just look at the table, and that's why the big break is so good, just imagine whichever ball it was, besides the 9, he has some type of look. Not near as many clusters. Nice length, but too crazy. But Rico, he's still kind of getting his coordination every time he has that growth spurt, but his game is there, and he's a fun kid.
What isn't funny is having to play Fedor Gorst in this mood. You warm the seat.
I was thinking about these two matches. Of course, Federer played his last match here, and of course, you're world #1. You're going to get that TV time a bit more often. But his pace around the table, I think, looks more comfortable than earlier, and very, very few mistakes. A little snatchy with the stroke there. That's why he didn't get the draw he wanted. But also, Kopini also playing the same table he played earlier. So held 2 different matches for their first quarterfinals. Missable 9, but one you figured it's going to get put away.
Even though he's doing well, of missed 9s for Fedor Gorst, and that one was well wide. The flick off the 5 helped.
Yeah, just too much congestion on the bottom end not to try and be aggressive with that safety and take that shot
Extension
yourself.
Called.
I wouldn't say hitting the 2 is a foregone conclusion, but it's pretty much that. You'll see trying to make it in the corner, positions natural for the 3. This is going to have some pace, so could get a little lucky as well.
Yes, because another major part of his armory, when it comes to jumping, he's right up there with the elite.
I'll tell you how they're rolling. It wasn't by design off the green 6, but no matter what he's doing, the reason why this overcut is cue ball gets in the air, it hits a little more on top of the object ball. Very touchy. Beautiful hit. Really good. Find that gap. It's close. The pink's available.
No potting angle.
Well, for you, Phil, maybe. He's going to the air once again. Fluke the last one. Wouldn't be surprised this one hits dead center. Is the brown 7 going to help him? Better course. Time to head to the casino, sir.
It's only a short walk.
You make it a little tricky with some spin here, trying to go into the face of it. If he comes 2 cushions, I really don't see the escape. I think it's got to be 1 cushion. He went 1 cushion. He may fluke 1. Watch this. It's going to stop just enough to give him that little piece.
You know, in snooker, for years the lower ranked players have been convinced that the higher ranked players are blessed with good fortune. Steve Davis was called lucky, Stephen Hendry as well.
Went to the 9 here. I like that. I was about to say maybe the 9 on the side.
And there's luck again. There is luck again. Fedor Gorst tonight isn't just blessed with a great game. He's just blessed. Look at this. The 9 off the 8. And this one-sided scoreline becomes even more so. But in 4 successive matches in varying degrees, he has stumbled a little with the winning line looming large.
Easy to fall on the rails somewhat straight here because he has to get by the 8. I like that little extra speed. Really good stuff getting that bounce off that 2nd cushion. You can tell there's not a whole lot of angle. fall a little funny here. He's drawing kind of towards the 9. This could be a problem. I think he's okay. You can see a little roll of the eyes, so not ideal. You don't want to cheat the pocket, that's for sure. Oh, good speed. That way the cue ball doesn't really lose the line. And as much an effortless swing as I've seen all week here, Phil. Really good stuff from Jeffrey. I got the odd ball down. The 2 is going to cover the pocket, it seems. It's going to be a little upsetting, but at least he does have the first look to try and be aggressive with safety. I don't really think anything offensive is on the menu, but definitely something playable.
Always irritating, isn't it, Jeremy, when you've got an open ball off the break and then suddenly the last ball rolling denies you.
Yeah, not hard here, though, to cross this over, come one rail between the pink and the 9, doubling the 1 to the top rail like that. Yeah, that's the snooker you want to play. That's the percentage. It's a little more out of the cue ball. It's especially, you know, a little disheartening considering, you know, little extras, a lot of little extras that Fedor Gorst has had in this incredible set so far.
Extension called.
Great camera work. They're showing us that he does have a direct path at the 1. This is funny, though. I mean, doesn't have all the left side of the 1 to run the cue ball, so it's going to be something heavy from distance. Okay, he's elevating, so he's trying to dig on this, maybe put the 1 below the 9. Oh, he's throwing softly. This is kind of like really gambling. He played the swerve there, Phil. I think the 1 may have a pocket on the left side of that corner. Normally, I mean, he will play more towards the center, so the cue ball's a little concerned. He's got a lot more than I thought. Tell you, you know, you talked about possibility of
Roda not capitulating. When he went 8-1 down to that fluke 9 ball, you thought the end was nigh. No need for Gorst to panic yet, but Roda proving, at the very least, plucky.
Extension called.
You're right, Jeremy. Neil's fine, leads Coping Yi 8-5.
Right, decided to stun the ball here. He was going to go with a high ball. See a little more off in the players, even though he's crossing the line with the cue ball, the speed control really good. But on the slick table, they stay a little more with the draw and the stun, it seems, rather than the high ball.
Three on the spin from 8-1 to 8-4. Just a glimmer of hope.
Rack 14. Jefrey Roda to break. Trailing by 8 racks to 5.
Caught the 1 a little thin. That one's a bit more on him with a subtle kiss on the cue ball. But you could see not much opening on the rack, so that one there is going to hurt. Watch how low the cue ball comes and got a little kiss by the blue, it looked like. And now, you know,
Start the clock.
you wouldn't have ever thought you were going to say this, but what I feel is kind of a much needed run out here from Fedor Gorst.
He has to re-establish breathing space. Fine through, Gorst looking to apply a decisive thrust, but the cue ball on the lip.
Yeah, little things, just a hair more. That little rub, I thought it got a little one from the pink, but it didn't. And an awkward combination here that I think he will shoot, just because it will be the shot to probably win the match. But anytime you're near the rail and you hate to dead roll this ball, you kind of feel like you lose accuracy with the light speed and a bit of comfort. But you got to feel he's attacking here. I like him taking that time. You want to be clear-cut how you want to strike this ball. I think he's put more speed. Really good stuff there, Phil.
Yeah, cue ball and the one avoiding each other. Drawing ever closer.
Extension called.
Yeah, Jefrey Roda's not got much to be upset about, but it was 2 scratches, one very unfortunate. I believe it was at 3-1 is when it was, and a couple kisses really cost him, along with a few rolls, but then that last scratch was a little more on himself. And those are the 2 things that really turned the tides. They go into the purple here.
The crowd behind the pocket knew it was in. They murmured in satisfaction, because in this part of the world, in many parts of the world, Fedor Gorst is very well liked.
Yeah, so many players are liked because of just simply how great they play, and completely understand that. But this guy, he's really got it all. Good guy to be around, witty, classy, spends a lot of times with his fans, and you know, we all appreciate hard work, and that's the real obvious part with Fedor Gorst.
Seeing his US Open dream evaporate. Neil Svein has done some DJing. Can he put Gorst in a spin tomorrow?
I'll tell you, he's got a hair funny here. He's got to go forward 2 cushions. He doesn't mind distance on the 7, but he'd like to be nice and straight. That's the key.
Will the DJ win, or will records again fall to Gorst? Remember, he's trying to simultaneously hold the World Masters, World 9-ball and US Open titles. Unprecedented.
Oh, he knows that shot has sent him into our final day, our final 4, and again that chance to get all those titles.
This ghost refuses to be exorcised from the Harrah's Resort. He's sticking around to the final day. Fedor Gorst defeats Jefrey Roda by 10 racks to 5.